A very good morning to all of you. 8B, welcome to the physics class, children. In today's class, we'll be discussing about lesson number 17, that is stars and the solar system. I expect you all to take a pencil in your hand because before I proceed, I would like to tell you that this chapter deals with a lot of objective questions. Fine. You will not have so many questions for description except for few where I'll be telling you, but mostly it deals with a lot of objective questions. Fine. So what you'll do is you'll keep a pencil, you take a pencil in your hand, and as and when I'll tell you, you'll keep underlining those points so that when later you go through the lesson properly for your examination, you need to know that which points you should keep in mind. I hope I'm clear with this concept, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as soon as you join, please put your audios and videos off. I mean, you can put your videos off, but not the audios, of course. Yes. So here, children, when we talk about the stars in the solar system, we are actually talking about the universe. Yes. And when we talk about the universe, we talk about everything that, of course, some things which we see with the naked eye, some things which are very far off, some objects which are very, very far off, the planets, the stars. Then there are different celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means the heavenly bodies which are present in the sky. Yes, very far from us, like meteors, asteroids. We'll be talking about these when we talk about the stars and the solar system, basically the universe. Fine, so this all comprises to form our universe. And Earth, it is a unique planet. It is a blue planet. When we'll be discussing about the planets, we'll be talking about it. Why? Because it supports the life on Earth. Fine, children. So basically, the branch of the science, now page number 205, second last line of the page, the branch, and I repeat, do have a pencil in your hand so that you underline the points which are there important for you to know for your examination. The branch of science that deals with the study of the universe and the celestial objects is called astronomy. So astronomy is the study, yes, and then we talk about the distance in the universe. Now, as children here, when we talk about our Earth, here distance is measured in kilometers. Yes, long distances, short distances, then very small distances for like we have different units, centimeters, meters, kilometer, like that. But when we talk about the universe, of course, the celestial objects, the heavenly objects, they are very far off placed from each other. So that is why it is difficult to measure the unit in kilometer. And that is why a new unit or a different unit is used, and this is light year or astronomical unit. So first you do it, what you'll do is under the heading distance in the universe, you'll come to the second last line and you'll underline light year and astronomical unit are two units which are used to express the celestial distances. Celestial means heavenly. When we're talking about the sky, we're talking about the space. Please do that. So here we see that since it is difficult to measure the distance in kilometer, that is why we have these two units which are going to give us the utility of measuring the distance. Fine. So a light year, what is a light year, children? A light year is defined as the distance traveled by light in 1 year. That is what light year means. So here we see that there is an expression for conversion of light year into kilometer. So you see that it counts to such a big number, that is 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer. So it's better that this 9.5 into 10 to the power 10 kilometer, we convert it into 1 light year. So when we get these big new numbers, calculations, we convert it into light year. Fine. So 1 light year is equal, please underline, 1 light year is equal to 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer. And at the same time, you have 1 astronomical unit, which is equals to 150 million kilometer. Please underline that. Next, we are going to talk about the stars. Now, first and the foremost thing about the stars, they keep twinkling, they look very beautiful in the night sky. But when we talk in terms of science, we need to know that stars are luminous celestial objects. When I was discussing light with you in the initial classes, I told you about the Meaning of the term luminous. Luminous means having the light of its own. So they are luminous objects, they have their own light and they shine with the light of their own. So stars are luminous celestial objects and they emit the light of their own. Now, what are they made up of? This is important. They are made up of hydrogen gas. They are made up of hydrogen gas. And there are some reactions going on which produce the light and the heat that we get from the sun. Now, our sun, which we see, is also a star as it has light of its own. Fine, children? But because it is near to us, that is why it appears a little different from the other stars. And it is the ultimate source of energy on the earth. Underline, children, sun is the nearest star to us and is the source of energy on earth. Now let's talk about the galaxies. Now galaxies, the arrangement, there are so many stars in the solar system and these form a galaxy. Though they are not properly placed, but they are a number of stars and you can say a big group of stars and they refer to as galaxy. Billions of stars are there. Now galaxies, now underline the second line, galaxies usually have three shapes, that is spiral, elliptical and irregular. And what is our galaxy called? Come on, can anyone tell me? VIIl B, can anyone tell me what is our galaxy called? What is the name of our galaxy?
Milky Way
Milky
galaxy.
Way,
Milky Way. And Hindi name is?
Akash Ganga.
Very good. So you need to know the Milky Way galaxy is called Akash Ganga in Hindi, and this is our galaxy. It has so many stars in it. Now come to the fifth line of the same paragraph under the heading Milky Way. Milky Way is a huge whirlpool that rotates once every 200 million years on its own axis. So every 200 million years. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can see very well the shape which is given in the diagram, that this is a galaxy which is spiral shape, and you can see so many stars. In the picture itself depicts so many stars there. Now we move on to constellation. There's a difference between constellation and galaxy, children. Here, when we talk about the constellation, we see a group of stars. First of all, the number of stars is less as compared to the galaxy. Second thing, here, galaxy, it has a shape. Sorry, here when we talk about the constellation, it has a particular shape which resembles any object, may it be an animal or any object, it resembles to that. Yes, and that is why we call that group, that particular group of star as constellation. So you can underline, these group usually resemble some pattern or some of human or animal shape or form. So we'll be talking about the constellations, some of the usual constellations, some of the common constellations that are seen in the sky, and maybe some of them you have observed. A question mark is seen. That is generally observed. Yes. So let's talk about different type of constellation. The first one is Ursa Major. You have two, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. So Ursa Major is the constellation. Please again take a pencil. There are 7 prominent stars in this constellation. First thing, as the diagram is given, you can count even. Yes, there are 7 prominent stars and it is called Big Dipper or Big Bear or Great Bear. So these are the other name for this constellation. Now, since 7 in Hindi, if we talk, it is called Sapt. Yes, if you talk about the Tithi, that 7th one is called Sapt. So here you have Saptarishi Mandal. The name is Saptarishi Mandal in Hindi. So the Hindi name of Ursa Major is Saptarishi Mandal. Please underline that. And this is very clearly observed during the summer days. I mean, summer night, of course, you'll be seeing it in the night. In the evening and night, you will be able to see it if you try it out. All the 7 stars are clearly visible. Next, we talk about the Ursa Minor. This is also a group of 7 stars. The shape of little bear. And in Hindi, since it is small one, so the Hindi word is Laghu, so it is Laghu Saptarishi Mandal. The Hindi word is Laghu Saptarishi Mandal. And an important thing about this is, children, that the last star of this constellation is the pole star. Can anyone tell me what is pole star? Call in Hindi.
Dhruv Tara.
Yes, it is called Dhruv Tara. So this is about Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Fine. The difference is that it is called Laghu Saptarishi Mandal. That is called Saptarishi Mandal. It also includes 7 star, but the last star of the Ursa Minor is the pole star. I hope you are underlining, children, what I'm telling you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So next we talk about the pole star. Just now somebody told me the answer correctly, that Dhruv Tara is the Hindi name for the word pole star. Yes. Now we're going to talk about it. So first underline, it is also called Polaris or Dhruv Tara. And the important thing about it is that it appears to us as stationary. It does not appear us to be moving. Why? Because the reason is important. This reason is it is situated close to the direction of the axis of rotation of the earth. Since it keeps rotating, so along with it, if you talk in terms of the rotation of the earth, it appears to be stationary. Yes, this is important about it. Now, next we talk about the location, how we can locate the pole star in the sky. So we'll come to page number 208. Yes, now here you see the activity. There's an activity. Of course, you cannot do this. You can just understand this and you can follow it. So to locate the pole star, we need to, of course, have our eyes. And then the procedure is, this activity can be done on a clear summer night. The ideal time is around 9. Yes, so we'll be seeing on the this sky, of course, and how we will be able to locate it. That is what is important. So look at the northern sky and identify the Ursa Major. So the first part is we are going to identify Ursa Major. And now focus on the 2 stars at the end of the Ursa Major. So the last 2 stars, and imagine a straight line passing through these stars. So the last 2 stars we'll see see there are different positions of the constellation, and from in each position you will see that the last 2 stars, and again the last 2 stars, autumn position, summer position, spring position. If we imagine a line, of course we cannot draw it, but if we imagine a straight line passing through these stars and we extend this imaginary line, the place where we reach, that is the position of the pole star, and that is what we can see in the center. So extend this imaginary line in the northern direction. This line should meet at a star at approximately 5 times the distance between the last 2 stars. So just imagine, just see, you can measure using the scale the distance between these 2 stars, children, the last 2 stars. And then 5 times if you take this distance, where you reach, the point where you reach is the location of the pole star. Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See if you find any problem. Please see.
No, ma'am.
Any problem?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So next we talk about, so next we see, children, Aryan. Yes. Aryan is here. You can see these constellations are important from the point of view that you have to identify the shape. You have to see the shape and you have to understand that which constellation it is. So Aryan, you see, Aryan is a constellation which resembles the shape of a hunter. Now you can see in the picture also, children, the center portion where you see three stars. Yes, these resemble the belt of that hunter, then the lower portion of the body and the upper portion of the body. Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes.
the important things about it is second line you can see it also has 7 stars. First thing, it also has 7 stars. Then this constellation is seen in the winter, and its Indian name is Mrig or Kal Purush. This is important. Mrig or Kal Purush. And the brightest star in the sky, Sirius, is located close to Aryan. So this is important. The brightest star is located close to Aryan. Children, here I'm ending the class. I'll be continuing after just 5 minutes. Have a break, and then I'll again be starting with the next class. We'll continue with the chapter. Thank you, children.
Please.